Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for coming back. If you're a returning viewer, what's up? Shout out to my 33 subscribers. Hey. But anyhow, I'm here because I need a pep talk, so I'm giving you guys a pep talk. So I'm basically recording this for myself, but for you guys, for myself. But if you find some comfort in the words, by all means, apply it, take it. It's yours. So first things first, one thing I needed to hear apparently is that you are enough. You are enough. And I know it's a simple sentence, it's a simple phrase, it's a simple mantra, but it can really go a long way if we actually fully embody it. Because I know a lot of our day-to-day activities, because a lot of our underlying feelings can stem from us not feeling like we're enough. So say if you want to pursue something that's new and exciting, you may feel a reluctancy to do it because it may come from the fact that you believe unconsciously that you're not enough. So we have to start embodying the fact that we are enough. If you have a bunch of failed relationships, you may somehow unconsciously start believing that you're not enough because they all tend to mess up. Somehow, maybe you're enough. It's not you, it's them. It's them. You are enough, okay? In every aspect of your life. Relationships, job-wise, you deserve it. You are enough. Not less than. You're enough, and you're more than enough. I promise you. So please don't forget it. Embody it, because less than, honey, that is not you. It's not you. Promise. The next thing is that you are worth it. I promise you are worth it. Like, similarly to what I said earlier about, like, oh, you may not feel like you're worth it because of failed relationships, failed jobs, failed, like, not even just romantic relationships, like friendships, just all these opportunities you may have missed out, or things that, like, just didn't happen for you. You may have thought, like, oh, I'm not worth it, like, underlyingly, mostly. None of us usually, like, consciously think those words, because no. But like, say for example, failed relationships, if a lot of them go wrong, or the other person switches up, doesn't like you anymore, cheats, all this stuff, you're like, wow, like, I wasn't worth it. I wasn't worth not cheating on. I wasn't worth, like, continuously loving, like, all these certain things, especially with childhood stuff too. You may have not felt worth it in the household with any of the certain, like, toxic family dynamics. Underlyingly, stay within you. It made you feel like you weren't enough, but you are enough. That was back to that one, but you're worth it. You're worth everything. You're literally worth everything in the world, because you are.
Well, duh.
Like, I don't understand. There's no reasons why you can't be worth it. Like, you're you, first of all. No one can be you. And you provide something in this world that is not here before you came. You're absolutely worth it. You deserve it all. You're literally worth everything. Worth all the pain, worth all the suffering. You're worth everything, because you're just worth it. You're worth it, I promise. I am looking at myself. I'm like yelling at myself, like, you, Miss Blah, blonde, somewhat blonde with some bad roots. You're worth it. You know what I'm saying? You're worth it. You're worth it, girl. Next one, focus. Whatever aspect in your life you're doing right now, jobs, finishing school, like me. It's temporary. It's gonna be over soon. So enjoy it too. So say it was something really good, and like a time period of peace and just serenity, and just some bad stuff has just gone away. Enjoy it, because it's temporary as well. You know, it's a cycle. Life is a cycle of good and a cycle of bad. So whatever you're going through right now, enjoy it, because it's going to end soon. Or else if you're going through the most terrible, excruciating pain of your life, it's over. It's going to be over soon. It's going to be over soon. Just focus on what you can control. Focus on what you can control. And that is literally only, like, I think, like, two things: your reactions and your actions. Sometimes we can't control the emotions that come to us. Sometimes we're just triggered, like, just triggered. So it's how we react based off those triggers and what we do next. So I think we only can control how I react and what I do after. So just focus on those two things only. They should be straight. Next one, pain or any other emotion that is on the same caliber as that, like deep sadness, deep anger, just anything that's extremely overwhelming to feel and experience. You are meant to feel them, and they are trying to tell you something. I think I saw a quote on Pinterest when it was like, pain is screaming to be felt because it's trying to tell you something. So I was like, that's just trying to tell me something. Like I'm Buddha. But I think from my experience with ample pain in my life, that like it literally is trying to scream at you to like to fix something within. Like mayday, mayday, mayday. Like there's pain here because you need to fix something. You know, you need to address something within yourself. You need to like, there's something that needs to be investigated and sorted out and addressed within yourself. So I think all the pain, all sadness, it's screaming and it's excruciatingly painful and it's overwhelming because you need to feel it, because you need to address something within. It's like, I think it's like your body like giving us like I said before, mayday, mayday, mayday. You gotta fix something, girl. We're in trouble. Or we think we are, but we're not. But yeah, another thing. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. I know sometimes we feel like we're out of control and like we have to do this, we have to go through school, we have to struggle through this, struggle through that. And like, I mean, you feel an obligation, but it's not a requirement. Life didn't come with a handbook saying, all right, so-and-so, oh, I found you. You have to struggle through school because I said so. No, that's not how life goes. You literally can do whatever you want at all times. Like we choose if we snooze our alarm, we choose if we want to get out of bed, we choose to wear clothes. I chose not to wear makeup today, you know what I'm saying? All choices. So we literally have that privilege of free will. Like say if we're we are animals, but like say if we're like some dogs and pigs, like sometimes we don't have much choice in life. We don't have much choice. We don't have much choice except to run around, poop, eat, and sleep. If we're a dog, but we're humans, we can actually like think and like communicate our thoughts and like interact with other people and like do things, create things, become anything we want to become. So take advantage of that. You little silly goose, take advantage of that because you can. Like there's literally nothing holding you back except our own idea of what pressures we're like taking on. Like the only thing holding us back is like our own thoughts and the pressures we took upon ourselves to like fully embody and think that we are obligated to do. And nobody said you gotta go to college except your parents. Anybody said you gotta take that degree or do that degree or pursue that job. You feel obligated to sometimes, but you don't have to. You really don't, because who said so? Tell me. Someone who said so. A human told you to do it, don't take it. Why would you listen to a human who's just like you telling you what to do? If I see a written letter from God himself saying I have to go to college, I mean, I am in college, I'm about to graduate, I ain't dropping out, but because I chose not to. But I gotta see a handwritten letter from God saying, hey, you gotta go to college. It's a requirement for life. Then I'd be like, all right, I'm sold. He told me to, you know, but there's no requirement for life. There's no like written decree saying I must attend school or thou might be smitten, or I don't even know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, because it's free will. It's free will. It's hard now, but it'll be over before you know it. I think the hardest thing to embody with this one is like when we're in the midst of such immense pain or like immense circumstances that we just feel like are just like, wow, like this is crazy, it's never gonna end. It eventually ends, and then when we get to that point like later in life when it ends, you're like, wow, like that went by so fast. Like I forgot that happened. Like time flies. We always have that like moment once a month like time is flying. It's like we always forget to like embody that in the moment of like when we're in like crazy circumstances. We're like, oh my god, like I'm dying, I can't take this. But then a couple months later, you're like, wow, that girl back there, wow, like I really went through that, but time flew. Just keep that in mind, that we always experience that. We're like, wow, time is flying by after we've conquered and experienced or grew through an experience. Always end up making it out of it, and we're like, wow, that's crazy what happened back there. Like, it's crazy, time flies. But enjoy what's in front of you at the moment, because it's gonna fly by. Time's gonna fly by regardless. So you can like cry right now, time's gonna fly. You can see by how you cried. Or you can smile right now, and then, you know, time's still gonna fly. And you can later on say, oh yeah, time flew. I'm not undermining emotions too. I cry every day, probably. But it's not right to wallow and stay there forever, because that's when you just get into like a big hole of despair, you know, and you stay there for a long time and you think life is hopeless, sad, just all of that stuff. So you don't want to stay there too long. Just like acknowledge the fact that time does fly by, and this shall soon pass too. This too shall pass. Last one, the best, the biggest, the most important. Don't forget, darling, you are loved. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. You're literally loved. Like, don't forget that. You were created out of love. You were put here for a purpose of living and experiencing and growing and doing all the things you want to do, and that's quite lovely. We didn't ask to be here. We didn't ask to be here, but we were put here with the intent and purpose of love within us. If you feel like you're not loved, if external things such as human beings don't love you, they don't matter. They don't. You came this world by yourself. You're gonna leave without them. Who needs them? Ugh. But you're loved, I promise. You know, you have yourself. You're with yourself, and you're your best friend. You should be your best friend. You should be your soulmate. You are your soulmate, because you are the only thing you really have. Like I said, you came this world by yourself. You're gonna skedaddle by yourself. So why not love the person who's taking you there? You know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy yourself, because you're the only one who shows up for yourself. You go to bed with yourself. You wake up with yourself. You feed yourself. You are loved by default because you already have yourself. And that's just a start. Humans are there are too many variables. They're just unpredictable. But love yourself, and then you'll be straight. I promise. All right, that was a couple things. I bet it was 5, knowing me. Let me check. Okay, it's about 7. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was 8. Wow, look at me going above 5 different things to explain in the video. It was 8 different aspects of a pep talk. I hope you're feeling peppy. I'm not really feeling peppy still. Maybe because it's about to be 9, or I don't even know what time it is. But I'm tired. I hope you enjoyed this pep talk. I hope you feel pepped up. And I hope you, I don't know, these are all things we all need to embody, because I think there are givens that we just overlook. We don't really embody them, and like I feel like life would be so much easier for all of us if we fully embody those. I'm not saying I have embodied them, because I obviously haven't. None of us can fully embody it all the time, but it's good to remind yourself so you can get back in that state of embodying those pep mantras, because it's, I don't know, we weren't put here to suffer. We weren't put here to suffer. I don't think we should be in areas where we don't belong. You can apply that to all sorts of aspects in your life. You don't stay in places where you don't belong, whether that be in people's lives. You don't stay where you don't belong. No one wants you. You don't stay where you don't belong. You don't belong with them. You don't stay where you don't belong. Simple. Especially with depression and just sad wallowing.
You don't stay where you don't belong.
And we weren't put here to suffer. So, one more time.
You don't stay where you don't belong.
Look at that. Look at us. We're growing. Love it. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more pep talks, let me know, because I obviously need it. We all need it. We're going crazy out here in these parts. So, thank you for watching again. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Have a great night. Because it's nighttime for me. But for you, if you're watching during the day, have a great day. All right, thank you guys. Bye.